think it's filming. Yep. So I got a new camera tripod. I think it was free off of eBay because I used like vouchers and stuff. They keep sending me vouchers, the old eBay. Every time I make a sale, they send me a new voucher and they stack on top of each other. So I've been able to get some cool stuff like a camera tripod, more stamps. Or I think it's cool. I can't actually see myself here, but I know I'm having a bad hair day, so I'll do the little frizz. The hair's getting too long, it needs to be shaved. We have quite a bit of stuff to show today. Not a huge amount. Stuff that's a bit different from what I usually show. I'm going to show some more modern stuff. I know PS4 isn't retro yet, but I will be showing it. Because I have found a lot of good PS4 games lately, or I think they're good. Good deals anyway. And just for anyone who might think to ask, I know I usually see people at this event, and we have little chats, etc. But I will not be attending Bookfest this year. I would, but it's being held under COVID restrictions, and I looked on the Facebook page to see how many people were interested in going, and it says about 3 to 4 thousand people are interested in going, and it's safe to say that there'll be at least 2,000 people there on the first day. So if they're doing the COVID-19 deal where it's everybody line up, we're allowed a certain number of people inside, it's one in, one out, either A, I'll be standing in line for hours waiting to get in, and then all of the good stuff will be gone, or B, I'll have to get there at 5, 6 a.m. to get a good spot in line because it opens at 7:30. I do think people will be there hours ahead of time waiting for it to open, or waiting to get a good spot in line. And to look at it like that and to think, it's not really worth it to me. I know Bookfest is usually fantastic. I get so many finds, so much stuff for my collection, so much stuff to sell on. I meet so many cool people. I see so much good stuff that other people have gotten, that I've gotten. I find very unique items there every time I go. I'm not going this year. It's too much of a hassle. I'm looking to just take it easy, relax. It's my weekend. So I will not be going this year. Maybe on one of the less busy days, maybe I'll go on Sunday, the second day. Because I do know they restock overnight. I know it's nowhere near as good after a restock as it is on the initial day, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll show this stuff that I have here. So these are all items from CEX. One of them I'm not too happy with, but the others are good. I'll start with the one that I'm not too happy with. I paid $30 for shipping for this. We have Dementium the Ward. And I'm sure if you're not illiterate, you can immediately see what my issue with it is. Cover reprinted. I really, really wish they would have a separate listing on their website for these cover reprinted copies. Obviously, they will never do that. But it's just really, really annoying. Because as it stands, I already have a copy of Dementium in my collection. It has no manual and a cover that I printed myself. So I'm sure this print is better than mine, so I'll probably keep this one. And I can sell my copy on, but it's just annoying. If I had seen it in the store like this, I wouldn't have bought it, but it's been sent to me, it's mine. I can't be bothered to take it back. These three I'm very happy with, though. One item for my PlayStation 3 collection, 2 items for my Wii collection. That Wii collection, it's dwindling down. I have almost everything I want. The PlayStation 3, on the other hand, like, the number of games I want for it just gets bigger and bigger. Because I've found out about these Chinese English exclusives, like Aquanaut's Holiday, Lost in the Rain. I want them. I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on them. But for Nintendo Wii here, we have The Crown of Midas, a point-and-click adventure game for the Nintendo Wii. I think I paid $5 for this, plus $4 shipping, which for this game is an excellent deal. I've seen it in a cash converters before, but they wanted $29 for it, which seems to be more closer to what it goes for. It's not worth $30 to me, but $9 it is. If I'd held that up, it would have shown my address. Yeah, $5. But there we go, all complete in there. Really nice condition. Disc is mint. Yeah, minty Mac, as the legends would say. Good one to get. It's one I did not have. I'm not sure if this was released in the US of A, but it was released in PAL territories. It's probably a PAL game for all I know. It looks like a European kind of game. I don't think Japan and the USA were super big into point-and-click adventure games. I could be wrong. I think it was more a computer thing, which makes it more of a UK, European thing. And Ruin Factory Frontier, I think this was... I don't remember. I think this was under $40, which is a very good deal for this. It seems to go for about $90 these days. UK copy. My wife wants to play this one, which was more than enough reason for me to buy it. It's part of the Harvest Moon family. I do have another Ruin Factory game. I believe I have 2 of them on the Nintendo DS, and now I have one on the Nintendo Wii. Once again, minty Mac, perfect condition. I could not be happier with this one. Yeah, this disc is mint. Really nice one to get in my Wii collection. There's only a couple more Wii games I really need. I don't even remember what their names are off the top of my head. I don't remember. There's a few US exclusives that I would like to get. And a PlayStation 3 game I did not have, a pretty uncommon one actually. Warriors Orochi 3. I'm sure this isn't super hard to find in the UK, where it's from, but this was not released in Australian territories as far as I can find, so this was a pretty good deal for $20, free shipping. I'm not super into these Dynasty Warriors games, but it is a good one for my collection. No manual, no idea if it ever came with one. That's all the online orders. I will show the stuff I bought today. I went to Goodna after work, and for only game hunting for about an hour, I think I did really well. I went to 2 op shops and 2 pawnbrokers. In the Pennywise, they were having a sale, 20% off their media. They're doing an end of financial year sale. I do like Pennywise, but it can be hit or miss. They don't get as much in as Cash Converters does. I grabbed 1 DV Dizzle. Paper Moon. This movie is referenced in The Simpsons. That's actually where I know it from. But I looked it up real quick. It's worth $12, so I thought, 80 cents. Pretty good condition. And 2 games. This first one here was a really good deal, even though it's not the most desirable game in the world. 80 cents for Premier Manager 98 with a busted up case. It's a PlayStation 1 game for 80 cents. I can't leave it there. I have tons and tons of spare cases. I don't think I'm going to dedicate a spare case to this, to be honest. Apparently HMV were asking £25 for it at one point. I loved visiting the UK. I wish I could go back at some point. I do miss traveling. And this one was $2 minus 20% off, so $1.60, which is a really good deal for Grand Theft Auto 4. with the episodes from Liberty City. Complete in there. The disc had some... Yeah, it has some scratches, so this will be CEX fodder. They give $10 on the trade-in for this. I think about $6 for cash. I'll probably go trade-in. But I'll do well either way. Didn't find anything in the 2 pawnbrokers in the area, but in the cash converters, I scored really, really well. We have 3 games here. 1 to keep, 2 to sell. For $3 redos, we have Tamagotchi Corner Shop 2. I think I have 1 and 3, or at least I'm hoping. But if I do have this one, it will be up for sale. Pretty expensive game, surprisingly. Like, the price for this is all over the place. I saw one sell for like $37. There was another one that sold pre-owned for $75. I don't think I'll get that much for it. I saw a bundle, there was the first game and the second game, sell for $100 even, but we'll see what happens. I don't think this is a mega expensive game, but if people are asking those kind of prices, I mean, you cast the lure out and see if anyone bites, you know? 2 Xbox 360 games, sports games, but sellable sports games, which is the kind I like. For $2 each, we have AFL Live Game of the Year Edition. One copy of this sold for $21 recently. This copy is mint, so I'm sure I can get at least 20. 18 to 20 maybe. And this one was a really good find. I find these all the time. Masters Collector's Edition includes Tiger Woods PGA Tour 13. These aren't worth as much as they used to be, but this one still sells consistently for $20 to $30. Complete in the box. I had a chat with the guy there as well. I saw he had some tattoos of horror monsters on it, like Frankenstein, the creature from the Black Lagoon. I told him, oh, they had a copy of Frankenstein in the DVD section. He said, yeah, I saw it. He talked a little bit about old horror movies. I told him about how I used to have all of them. I had the Universal Monster Movies collection on VHS. I bought them for like 10 cents each back in the day. I do miss when op shops had VHS tapes between 10 and 50 cents. It was so cool. You found so many cool movies. And they were all old movies, so they were great. Am I still filming? It's been a while. I have to check up on it. But the really good score there. I saw these before. Like, I actually went in twice. The first time I went in, I bought that Tamagotchi game and the golf game. When I left the store, I went to some other op shops and I thought, you know, I should really look up some of these on eBay to see if they're worth anything. And when I did, I started seeing some of the prices these were going for. I thought, holy cow, I have to go back and get these. And I think I know why these are selling for a bit more these days. So we have some wrestling DVDs. We have... What initially put me off of these was, oh, they're $3 each. A lot of wrestling DVDs, especially the compilation ones, aren't worth anything anymore. You know, it's all on the network. It's on the WWE network. People just watch it there. They don't want the DVDs. But WWE have partnered with another streaming service called Peacock. And it's a stupid name for a streaming service. They have been going through the archives and censoring any footage that would be considered problematic today. Which, you know, that's fair. It's what the big companies do. You can't have anti-alphabet people stuff on your platform. You can't have blatant racism on your platform. It's the world we live in. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with censorship. I don't agree with what was in the footage either. You know, there's stuff in the WWF that should be left in the history books. You know, I don't think anybody really wants to watch Eugene or the miscarriage angle or the drama student angle with Triple H and DX where they pretended it was Stephanie. There's stuff that should be left alone, but because they have been going in and editing out this footage, some of these wrestling DVDs are going up in price again, and some of them are going for really good amounts of money. So I could not even find a copy of this listed or for sale. This is WrestleMania 12, which is 1996. This one has the horrendous Iron Man match between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry if people like it. It's too long. It's really long. It's very uninteresting. Undertaker versus Diesel. Ultimate Warrior versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. This doesn't seem like a great show, to be honest. Although, Roddy Piper versus Goldust. I think that's the one where they show the police chase. That's a fun match. This is mint. I have no idea what I can get for this one. I saw American copies were selling in the neighborhood of $40 Australian, but this is an Australian copy being sold in Australia. It could be worthless, it could be worth more. I don't know. But these four, I was seeing these selling for really good money. We'll start here. I was surprised they didn't have the whole sets of these, considering they had a bunch of wrestling DVDs, but we have, for $3 each, Survivor Series 1987 through 1991, and Survivor Series 1992 through 1996. This one's worth $30, this one's worth $80. I saw a copy of this sell recently for $80, and I think it's because of, from 1996, there was a little iffy in the WWF. I think this stuff is pretty squeaky clean, so a lot of this stuff is going to stay on the streaming services. A lot of stuff from the Attitude Era and that kind of pre-Attitude Era where it was still Vince Russo, that stuff's going to disappear, trust me. These were mint. And I had these back in the day. These are really mint for what they are, considering they're in these terrible cases. But yeah, really good deals for those. Probably going to watch a few matches before them, because this one has 96 has Bret Hart versus Steve Austin in a great match. We have two more. The more recent one with this, with John Cena on the cover, isn't worth anything, but these two are worth a bit. I think this one's about $50, the SummerSlam Volume 1 Anthology and the SummerSlam Volume 3 Anthology. I don't remember how much this was worth, but they're all worth over $25 each. All of the wrestling DVDs I bought. So for $3 each, I'm probably going to turn $15 into $150 when it's all said and done. And I'll get to watch them. And that's what it's all about. I think a lot of stuff from this one is going to disappear because this is all Attitude Era. 1998, 1999, 2000. Once again, great condition. The cases for these ones are a little bit better, but still not great. So many great moments. So yeah, good wrestling DVDs. I'm going to make a ton of money on those. Not bad for an hour's worth of thrifting. I don't remember where I bought this, but I did buy it for $1 from a cash converters. Psychic School Wars. I had never heard of this before buying it, but I looked it up. It's a kind of, not prequel, but the movie that The Girl Who Leapt Through Time was kind of based on. It's based on the same story. And I liked The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, so I thought I would give this a go. I have never watched a movie with more lens flare than this movie. It's visually stunning, so much that it gave me a headache while I was watching it. It's unwatchable. I could not pay attention to the story. It was just... There's so much light. Even at nighttime, the street lights give the biggest lens flare you've ever seen. God rays everywhere. It's like, it's pretty nuts. I cannot recommend it because of that. I actually have no idea what this was about, even though I sat down and watched it. It was just, it's like watching a drug trip. It's like, I'm sure the story's there, but I don't know what I'm looking at. Alright, let's show some of this stuff. I decided to go to CEX and just grab a bunch of PS3 games that I didn't have. I'm getting to that point where the PS3 set is nearing completion. There's still probably 20 games that I want, plus a few like massive hitters I'll never own. Just super rare stuff, the Chinese English games. But I figured I'll go to CEX. I have tons of trade-in credit that I've been sitting on for months and months. Let's just go in and use some. So I bought this PS Nintendo DS game first. Mushroom Men Rise of the Fungi. I have this on the Wii. I thought, yeah, I'll grab it for the DS. It's $6. For the rest for the PS3, we have for $1 redo. Good deal for Virtua Tennis 2009. These games are excellent. This doesn't just have tennis either. It has 12 other court games. That's interesting. I really enjoy Virtua Tennis. I think my most played PlayStation Vita game is Virtua Tennis on the Vita. I just played it for hundreds of hours. It's fun. It's easy to pick up and play, and it's super fun. We have a game that I had never seen before. I don't recall seeing it anywhere. Paid up a little bit for this one. Top Gun Hard Lock. It doesn't seem to go for much more than that online, but I'm glad to have this one. It is a very minty copy. Very minty. Smells minty. You guys know that minty smell. It's a 505 game, so I'm sure it had a somewhat limited print run. All of their games do. Yeah, never heard of it before. Grand Theft Auto 5, you might be asking, don't you have this? I do. I have a sealed copy and I have the special edition copy in the steelbook. I just didn't have the regular copy. I thought, it's $5, I'll grab the regular edition. I actually gave the disc from my copy to my brother. He's broken his leg and he's just looking for different things to occupy his time. He's taken up reading, but he's also playing video games again, so he needs something to take his mind off the pain of having a broken leg. This one had the manual and the map. He is doing well, though. He's doing a lot better than he was a couple months ago. For $5, why not? Great game. SBK Generations, 2009 to 2012. They had a triple pack of this as well that, in hindsight, I probably should have grabbed. It seems to be something of a rare release. If I'm in the area within the next couple of weeks, I'll probably go back in and see if they have that. This one was complete, only $6. Great deal for that. And Superstars V8 Next Challenge. I have a lot of racing games for the PS3. Racing games aren't my genre, but I have so many PS3 games. What's a few more? Since the PS Apocalypse, a lot of these PS3 games, even stupid ones that you wouldn't think of, they're just going up in price. So they're a good investment. That's the talk of an addict. This one was a cool find. $5 for Infamous. It's the special edition. Come on. It's in a cool cardboard box. There's a little bit of crushing, but that's okay. It's in pretty good shape, all things considered. I managed to get all of the, most of the stickers off. I still need to take the CEX stickers off. But yeah, CEX stickers aren't too bad. This one was a cool set. I really like the Infamous games. I haven't played Second Son on the PS4, but I've played the rest of them, 1 and 2. They're really good games. Really like them. And I got a DV Dizzle for $1. Dr. Dre. Who's the man? This is rare out of print, worth a little bit. I don't remember how much, but it is worth a little bit. Funny movie too, I really like this one. Now we will show... Oh, let's show these ones first. Don't drop them. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I found that in a cash converters. $5 for 4K Ultra HD Pacific Rim Uprising. I went into a cash converters and found these two. I believe this was in Goodna, but this was... I went in 1 week, didn't find much. Just 2 DVDs. We have this 5-pack of kids movies that I'll sit down and watch a couple of them. A couple of them I have no interest in, but for $1 I thought, why not? And for $1, Houses of the Housing Commission. These all sell pretty well, so definitely pick them up if you see them. I remember I sold that House's complete set for like $80. Found it for $3. And I'll show you this stuff first. In the cash converters and Mount Cravat, I got these on their web shop. Bought them for $5 each, thinking that there's no way these are going to be complete. They're going to be bad cases, scratched disc, loose disc. But for $5, I'll take a chance on them. And I actually did pretty well. They're not mint, but they are nice. We have Road Rash 3D for $5, which I did not have. Good one to get. It's complete in the box, good condition, fun game. All of the Road Rash games are excellent. There's no weak entries. I have no idea why they stopped making them. And Road Rash Jailbreak for $5 as well. I think this is the one where you can play as a cop. I'm pretty sure it is. I've played this one before. I might have this one already. So this one might be up for sale or trade. Really nice condition. Love the Road Rash games. To get them for $5 each, hell of a steal. These go for $30 each online. All day. Now, the rest of these are gonna be modern games. One of them I'm not too proud on, but it was so cheap I could not leave it there. We have 2 Nintendo Switch games. Cash Converters has been clearancing out a lot of stuff for their end of financial year sale. Looks good on their taxes, etc, etc. I grabbed 2 Nintendo Switch games from them. I thought, you know, they're cheap enough. One of them looks good, the other one is so cheap I can't just leave it there. I've got one for $9 here, which is 9 Monkeys of Shaolin. This is something of a beat-em-up style game, where you play as a Chinese fisherman. It looks really good. It's co-op play as well, so I can play it with my wife. This will be good fun. Only $9. $9 for any Switch game is a good deal as far as I'm concerned. They just don't go down in price all that much. I mean, $49.95 to $9. That's a good deal. And for $1 redo, I probably would not have paid the $4.95 they were asking originally, but for only $1 redo, Mahjong Deluxe 3. I actually bought this because I saw that Carter's Retro Reviews posted on Facebook saying, oh yeah, I bought this game. I think I bought it for like $10 brand new. And I looked it up on the EB Games website, saw it was $1 at a local store near me, and I went and bought it. And then I just put a photo on his post saying, suck it nerd, with the $1 copy. I take it back. This is the best dollar I ever spent. I can't even play Mahjong, man. What the fuck is this game? Tiles matching? You gotta do a 4-year apprenticeship to do that. Alright, the rest of these are PlayStation 4 games. JB Hi-Fi has been clearancing out some PS4 games. So I went to a couple of stores. They seem to have around the same... They seem to have the same stock for the same prices. So I didn't see much reason to go to a bunch of stores. But I did go to 2 stores and I found some good stuff. First up, there were 2 pre-owned ones that I bought for $5 each. We have Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. I've played this before on PC when it came out. I think it was having a free weekend. This is a really fun game. Really fun game. It's very different from other first-person shooters, though. It's based around, like, bank robbing and stuff, so you have to, like, coordinate with your teammates, make sure no one's ringing the alarm bell to get the police in. You have to get someone to go and unlock the bank vault. And then you have to carry the cash bags out to the car to get away. It's pretty involved. It's really cool. And $5 for this one, which I've never heard before, but it looked cool. Matter Fall. It's a twin-stick shooter, as it says on the back. I've never heard of it before. A lot of these PlayStation 4 games are just... They're alien to me. I have no idea what they are. But it does look like fun. And so I will give it a go. And the rest of these were all brand new. Some of them were in the shrink wrap, some of them were out of the shrink wrap, but they were all between $1 and $9. This one was only $5 for a brand new sealed copy of a game called Extinction. I had a quick look at it. It looks like you're battling giant ogres. Something about it reminded me of Shadow of the Colossus. I'm sure it's not as good as that game, but for $5 brand new sealed, I thought I'd give it a go. $5 for this one was really good because I've wanted to play this for ages. I played the Tomb Raider game on the Xbox 360. I played Rise of the Tomb Raider on the PS4 years ago when I first had my PS4. It was one of the first games I bought. Really liked it. Now I will play Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I believe this is the most recent one. It doesn't have its original artwork, unfortunately, but it was only $5. I thought that's the best deal I'm going to get on this game in a long time. It seems like even... It is brand new smelling, at least. It seems like even now that the PS5 is out, the PS4 games aren't really going down in price like you would want them to. That's why I bought all of these, because it was the first time I've seen some of them so cheap. I've never heard of this one. Override Mech City Brawl. This was brand new in the shrink wrap for $5. Figure that's a good deal for a brand new PlayStation 4 game. It does have a rip in the shrink wrap though. I plan to open it up and play it anyway, you know. I'm not the biggest sealed collector out there. So this looks a bit like, what's that game? Steel Battalion, where you control individual aspects of a giant robot. But we'll see how it is. I really have no idea. It was $5. This one was only $1. $1 for a brand new sealed PlayStation 4 game. Agents of Mayhem. It looks a lot like Saints Row. I think it... Yeah, you can play as a character from Saints Row. I have no idea what this game is, but I do enjoy the Saints Row games. I think they're very fun, and a brand new sealed PlayStation 4 game for $1 was going to come home with me. I paid up a little bit for this one. This was $9, but I thought this looks pretty cool, so I'll just grab it. It's Chromea Omega? Chromia Omega? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've never heard of this game. But it's a bullet hell shooter. It's got some English on the back. Bullet hell blasting enters the next dimension. There we go. It looks interesting, kind of like Rez. It has remote play as well for the PlayStation Vita, which is interesting. I'm interested to give this one a go. I do enjoy shoot 'em ups, but I actually don't have a ton of them in my collection. So it was nice to find this one. It does look very good. And I got this one from an EB Games. I figured I was visiting some JB Hi-Fis. I'll visit an EB Games as well, see what they have. I didn't find a whole lot. It seems like they're still pretty high priced on most of their PlayStation 4 stuff. But I did find this game, which was... I probably wouldn't have paid $15 for the regular edition, but for the deluxe edition, I was happy to pay it. Kingdom Hearts 3 for only $15 for the deluxe edition, down from $24. This is a pretty cool set. I'm going to show you. This comes with some cool stuff. It didn't come with a... it's supposed to come with some cheap medallion, but I don't really care about that. It comes with a steel book that you can put the game in, which is pretty cool. I used to think steel books were tacky. Now I just think they look nice. I'm becoming a mindless consumer as I get older. What can I say? And the Kingdom Hearts 3... Oh no, the disc is gone. I've been playing it. I've actually played a lot of it so far. I think I'm about 18 hours in, and it's a 24 to 25 hour long game, so I'm nearing the endish of the game. I'm in the final Disney World, and after that I go to the actual storyline of the game. It's a little bit silly, so in this game, I'm not going to explain the story because the story is stupid, but in the Disney worlds you go to, the story doesn't matter because they're stories within that set world. But when you leave the world, the characters start complaining to you that you gotta stop wasting time. We need to find this, and this so we can go to the final battle. It's kind of hilarious, but it's also a little bit time wasting. It's a very fun game though. It's you mash X to win, but they find a way to keep that enjoyable for at least the 18 hours that I've been playing. I really enjoy this game so far. I think it's a lot of fun. And we have a nice art book here with Sora with his chicken legs and a star fruit. Hey, he's got arms like mine. It's in Japanese though, somewhat. It shows the Kingdom Hearts storyline, like... Yeah, you got your artworks, you got your characters. It seems to just be stills from the game. I thought this would be more promotional artwork and stuff. No, it looks to just be stills from the game. Oh, there we go. Boss's concept art. There we go. Alright. So $15 for that. I thought that was a pretty good deal. It was a game I did want to sit down and play because I have played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, though I haven't beaten either of them. No, I have beaten the first Kingdom Hearts. I don't think I've beaten the second one. I gave up when you had to go back into the levels you've already beaten. I think I was 20 hours into the game. I thought, I'm not doing all of this again. But for what I spent, I think I got a pretty good deal. Even without the pin, I've gotten 18 hours of enjoyment out of this so far for $15. And that's everything. I am going out to the tip shop tomorrow, so I'll make a video if I find anything there, but Otherwise, I'm still not going to Bookfest. Not on the first day, at least. We'll see what happens during the week. I could come across a mega score and make another video, but we'll see. See what my house been you guys farewell. Thank you very much for watching. It really means a lot. Leave a comment if you want as well.